evening, all. I have images up, as you can see, of Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade, and I was going to put the pendulum up there to get a feeling of where things are at in their consciousness right now, since they did both leave in very tragic ways, just to get a sense. It hasn't been long, but let's just see what happens, okay? So, and as one does transition, it is, that energy of that consciousness does continue forward. Those energetic patterns continue, and there's still lessons to be learned and things to be faced, and all sorts of things, so, people do move forward in that way. And so, since these were suicides, it's just interesting, and just to get a sense too, and try to get some hope in this. Okay, so anyway, with both of them up here, it will be interesting. Okay, so let's start with Anthony Bourdain. And there's, first it feels a bit light, which is, there's such a pull to over here right now. Boy, that is just hugging up close to her, Kate Spade. And then back to him, and almost like there's a repelling. This didn't happen before. It's very interesting. And you can feel this very strong buffer force. And it could be that both of these are up here together, but it's very strong. And okay, so we have, you can see the pendulum resting, showing that, that body is now gone and resting in the earth, or however you want to put it. Okay, she suffered greatly. She suffered with the blood of her life running down, truly, is what this is feeling like for her. It's very, very much flushed in that. It's an amazing feeling with both of these. You can just feel this. And it's light. It's interesting. Okay, so what it's doing is just connecting both of these. And let's just see what happens with that. Going back and forth like, okay, so these two with similarities of this rough waters within their soul, within their spirit, rough waters. Okay, so he's got, again, same thing, passing. Okay, so he is, okay, so in terms of where they're at now, which is really where what we're wanting to get a read of. Okay, so he's just still struggling in this heaviness. He's still struggling to come up out of it and to get some clarity on where he's at, what happened truly. He really is in, the best way to put it is a fog. He's in a fog, and that he is very thick, like a fog that is kind of like I can't really see. I really don't know what is here, what's in front of me, what's behind me, what happened. So he's just, it's heavy. He hasn't really, it's not, I'm just not able to lift up from that. I can't lift that up. It just wants to stay pulled down. Okay, that's where he's at right now. And then Kate Spade, it just, gosh, you just can feel this buffer and this turning now, as you can see. Wow. Turning, evolving. Oh. Okay, so lives gone. Yeah. I don't mean to be depressing. I just wanted to see where things are at. And then we're going to look at the hope down the road, okay? But this is just something to see. you know, where things go after life is taken in this very hard way. Okay, so okay, she's just, ooh, she's in her, still in the blood of her life, still in the blood of it, in the soot of it, like actually trying to work her way out of that, and not quite able to. I really don't even want to relay the vision because it's a very hard one to relay, and you really just see a lot of blood and a lot of dirt around her, like soil, like she's trying to come out, claw her way out literally, but is not able to really breathe in there very well. Is this correct? Okay. Hard time, Kate Spade. It's hard time, Kate Spade. Hard time still. Anthony Bourdain. Hard time, Anthony Bourdain. Very hard time, both of them. Hard. Okay, they just can't live from this place of, you know, what they just are still continuing to be with and feel. Unfortunately, a lot of what was there, and yet still, you know, doing in their being, trying to see through it as best possible. Is this correct? Yes, this is true. They want to look out of this. They want to look out of this window that is literally soiled window. They just can't see out of this window yet. Okay. So let's see if this is good for humanity to hear right now, and what may come from this in terms of, you know, clearing out some of this debris while we're alive, people. Okay, this would be a really good thing to do, because these things, and like you can see the pendulum continue, and then it's hard, you know, when we have this body, when we have this physical body, you can see it's pointing to that. We have legs, we have arms and ears, we can taste and hear. We can work a little easier with our issues, and find ways to connect with someone that is beneficial, when, you know, that can help bring about, you know, a refreshing feeling, or just to, you know, give hope and to start clearing and cleansing whatever energetic patterns are in there that we feel are, you know, keeping us, our conditionings truly. Okay. And this is one of the things to bring forward for whatever happened here, is that, you know, it does move forward. Okay, so that is what's there. Okay. Okay, and again, the pendulum will do this a lot when there's two images. Just trying, it brings about similarities, and that's why it goes back and forth. You can see it just getting a feeling of the similarities and the differences. And are these two more similar than different? Yeah, they are. They're more similar than different. The differences are subtle, but in terms of the work and what's happened here and what brought it to this breaking point and what is happening now is really quite similar. Okay. So in terms of these two, in terms of hope, let's see what's happening in terms of hope down the road, and who knows how long. So hope here. Okay, yes, there's hope. Okay, you can see there is a yes, there is hope. Okay, hope here. Okay, there is a yes, there is hope. Okay, there's hope because there's hope. In all things, there's always hope. There's always hope at the core of things. And so we just, again, the prayers, the energy sent, the finding time to get balance within ourselves, and all of that will help with all of it. This is just a very interesting feeling between these two. So, okay, so she's okay, so I think we went through that. It just keeps showing, oh boy. Okay, so okay, so let's see if there's anything else. Okay, so let's see, is this, because I know it sounds depressing and dark. Let's see if it actually is. Okay, it's saying it's not, not to say that this was a good thing that this happened and that this is the right way to go, but what this is saying is, okay, so it's not saying that, but that there's something to be seen and learned in all things. There's something to grow from. And okay, so she's okay, again, I'm just gonna let this float. A woman that worked with her hands. She worked with her hands. She worked with her her creativeness. She worked with her color. She's a color. Okay, she's got color. She's got creative fingers and creative life around her, which will give her, it gives her something. It gives her something to continue with. Okay, so that's very good for Kate. It gives her something that is lighter in there in her heart and spirit. She gave some happiness and color to people. So that part is a plus for her and her energy and whatever is in there. Okay, she's a woman that she's a woman that let others work with hands too. So she must have somehow inspired people in that way, and this is a good thing, whether she totally knew it or not. And these are things that, again, did she focus enough on that? No, she didn't focus enough on this way that she had that was so lovely, that gave people a lot of happiness, really. She just didn't. And that's part of it too, is that, where's your focus? And but this heart of hers will help. Okay, this kind of way of life that she lived in those ways is a good thing in there. It's a good thing in there. She didn't mean to harm anyone or anything. It wasn't like that, So this is all good for Kate Spade. And this will bode well for her, even though she's really struggling now. Okay, so anything else with her? Okay, heart of a hurting woman, heart of a woman that got herself mixed up in more than the negativities, and really got herself drenched in that sadness there. Sadness, really. But there's that other aspect, and we're just gonna keep our hearts open there. Okay, so Anthony Bourdain just keeps wanting to go over to Kate Spade for some reason. So, okay, so she focused in her mind those things that caught her, that made her deficient. She focused in her mind on those things that made her deficient, she felt. And what it did is keep her in a way that others didn't see or know about, and it just, grew. These things grow. I'm just talking about how she felt about herself. I'm sure there were other things in her life that were hard. Not, that's not coming out right now. And yet she was a woman that was very secretive, and gifted in some way. Gifts. Okay, she gave gifts. And she, let's see if there's anything that's there that maybe would comment her. If she could say something, it would be that she would like people to enjoy the gifts she gave. Enjoy the gifts that she gave to humans. Gifts of color, and enjoy whatever she made with her hands. And when they look at it, be happy, and this will help. This is good for Kate Spade. Yes? Anything more? No. Okay. Anthony Bourdain. Wants to say, if he could, I am my own man. I'm my own man, and I don't want anyone to feel bad for my choices. I want a clean slate. I want my soul to have life in it, life that's different in it. And this is why I went this way. This is why I went this way. I wasn't wanting anyone else to feel pain, but I want them to be, I want them to know me as this man of world man, a world man that loves the world, loves people and food, and gave to them myself of spirit that is that way, and hope that others go and be free and enjoy their lives. Okay, and is this enough for Anthony? Yes. So let's see if anything else between these two. Okay, what? Okay, so lift up your hearts. Rejoice in these lives. Rejoice in these lives, and be your best self. Don't focus on what's bad and what's little and what's weak and all these things. Be your best self. Okay, that's what's coming from these images here. And these are people that didn't want to harm anybody. It's just the reality of it. Okay, so this all bodes well for them. Okay, and this is their energy that is remaining there in terms of kind of a message of hope and goodness. And we'll see later. I can always do this later in a few months and see where things are at. Okay, anything else? No. So very interesting what came out. I never know. Some of these things, they just come up spontaneously when working with the pendulum, and images and connections. Okay, so this is what came, and I hope that it is helpful for others. And enjoy your evening. Namaste. Good night. Bye.